There's always a lag in the sound.
Boo! It's the beer video. Ah! Ah! Helen, you were saying something right whenever I hit record. What was that you were saying?
Oh, I was saying there's always a lag in the sound, and I always like have this brief moment where I think like I've left my headphones connected, but
You didn't.
no,
No, you didn't.
never the case.
Yeah. Well, it's Halloween almost. That's why I look like this. Is my voice muffled?
A little bit, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, well,
Well, we can't have all the things we want, right? I guess I'll take this thing off. Oh, oh, Helen, it's just me. It's just me. I didn't want you to be worried, think that like you had to do this with somebody. No, it's just me. Me and my cape that I bought at Target for $25. That's right.
mm. And some cape inflation going on there.
There is some cape inflation going on. I have some slight eye makeup on to look like a more fabulous executioner. But it's the beer video, everybody. That's why we're
Yeah,
here for beers and for Helen's great scarf and for my really cheap cloak. I don't know. I bought this at Target last Sunday, and they had a red one and a black one, and I didn't know which one I wanted the most, so I just went black. It's very comfortable.
yeah. I think I went first last week. Am I right?
You did go first last week. I actually watched the video before we got on here so that
You.
I wouldn't screw it up. So I actually changed beers today because I was thinking like, oh, it's Halloween. I'm gonna wear a stupid costume. I should probably do something that's a little bit more seasonal than the one that I had. So we're gonna hold the one I had till next week because it's got a good name. This one also has a good name. And this one is interesting. It's called This Is Your Brain on Hops, Double IPA Citra Nelson Sauvin, whatever the fuck that means. Kings County Brewers Collection. There's that poor guy with his brain melting off of his skull. There he is. And so it's a double dry hop, double India Pale Ale, Citra and Nelson. I don't know if it's Sauvin, Sauvin hops, oats, wheat, and barley. 8.5% alcohol by volume. And I am told here, Helen, that I am to store this cold and drink it fresh.
There you go. There you go.
Good advice from KCBC, Kings County Brewers Collective. And again, it's fucking holiday, so we're drinking out of a Jason mask glass. Could have done the Halloween one again, but I've gone to the well too many times with that glass. So even though it is Halloween, we decided I'm just going, yeah, we're going Friday the 13th. Anyway, let's crack this thing open. Oh, yeah. All right. As soon as I started pouring it, I could smell the hops. It smells so juicy and citrusy. Which I'm, oh my God, look at that head. Look at that. Look at that. I either,
Boy.
I either poured it wrong, which I don't think I did, or I sent this to you. I saw a license plate today that said it was a personalized plate that said 85 BJ.
Well,
And I was like, God, I would settle for one. But so the head, is we're gonna be here a while. You should maybe you should go, and by the time you're done, this will be drinkable. Um,
oh, oh, I know what I'll do. Okay, so I got this in one of the mystery beer bags a little bit ago, but I haven't had the courage to try it yet. It is a Kraft mac and cheese gummy. Look at
oh,
that.
I love this. I like how this is becoming a part of the bar feature. Helen eating weird candy.
I'm on board. This looks
It's
like a
not,
gum. This is kind of alarming.
it is alarming. Is it supposed to taste like mac and cheese or does it have a fruit taste?
Oh, let's see how this goes.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's just a fruit gummy.
Okay.
God, it's segmented. Look at that, like a worm.
It's cool
That,
looking.
Yeah, that's kind of alarming.
It is
Uh,
alarming, but
I don't know. It's just a gummy worm.
what
Kind
flavor?
of, it's kind of generic tropical fruit flavor.
Fair enough.
Um, I think they were going for an orange mango kind of thing, which is good. I was really afraid they were going to try to make it taste like cheese, which thankfully they did not.
Yeah, we've done enough disgusting things on this show to I don't know. So this is we're it's starting to get a little bit better. That is a really you cannot see through that thing. It is cloudy. Um it kind of looks like a pineapple juice of some sort. It just smells so fucking hoppy. Like it's there's I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see how it tastes. Let's drink right through the foam.
Yes, just drink through it.
Um, huh, huh. Not what I was expecting. The hops are very nicely balanced. I was really expecting this to be bitterer or more bitter. I don't remember which one it is. Um, I don't think they have the IBU units on there. I'm curious because it's not. If you're kind of
Yeah,
afraid of an IPA that is too bitter, don't be afraid of this one.
I
Very,
was saying units is like saying ATM machine, right?
yeah,
Sorry, I have to be a cunt about it.
that's all right. Um, it's not bitter. I've already said that. It's nice and juicy. It's very refreshing. Um, yeah, I mean, there's nothing from a flavor standpoint that is terribly exotic about it. I guess I expected it to be a little juicier based on the aroma it was getting like right away, like being attacked by that citrus or by the aroma of the hops. Um, but yeah, it tastes different than what I thought it was going to taste like, but it's good. It's a pretty non-offensive IPA. So again, if you're not an IPA drinker, if you don't like IPAs, not because the beer world is overwhelmed with them, but because it's really like the bitterness and kind of like the approach to an IPA, um, this is not one to be afraid of. I'm gonna try one more. Yeah, it's really nice. There's definitely a citrusy element to it, but it's not over the top. Nothing about this beer is over the top. It's pretty well balanced. This is probably something that could be like a first time IPA for somebody. If you're new to I almost said the genre. If you're new to this style of beer, it's a pretty good way to jump in and kick off your journey with tons of hops. And then this guy who's, having a really hard time and losing his brain. There he is.
Hmm. He's having a bad time, yes.
He is having a bad time. Yeah. I wish I would have had a mask like his, or like his face, but yeah, there's like hops coming out of his brain. Poor guy. Um, I don't know why I wanted to see if it tasted any different out of the can. It doesn't. Yeah, not bad. I'll give that a thumbs up, you know. Not my favorite IPA ever, but pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, good. I'm hoping mine will be an example. I don't really have a shirt to check, but I will point out my scarf, I suppose.
Yes.
So this is, I'm gonna say it wrong, a kafia, however one says that. It's made by one of the last remaining kafia factories in Palestine.
Mm.
The company is Hirbawi, and they are currently donating all their proceeds to relief efforts in Gaza. So maybe if you want to throw a link to them in the description, I would appreciate it. These are very comfortable, and these keep me warm in Minnesota winter.
Which is
And
not easy. Yeah.
yeah, so and obviously, like the situation in Gaza, it's pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
Um, so yes,
Yeah. Send me message me their website, and I'll put it in the description,
Yeah,
both there and on the Facebook thing, because
yeah,
I know that we're all stuck in this whole thing about like if you support people that live in Palestine that you're somehow anti-Semitic, and that's fucking bullshit. There are innocent people that are being slaughtered in Gaza. It's been happening that way forever, and
yeah.
yes,
Um,
innocent Israelis died too, and that also fucking sucks.
I'm
So
kind of the tide of public opinion is beginning to turn a little bit on this, and I think it's because like there's more information available in real time, like immediately. Like I feel like the government of Israel is the becoming kind of the you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you, of international politics. Just I don't know. There's something I think really contemptible about like moving into flatten like an
yeah,
entire people and being like, oh well, we're just doing this because we're scared. Like, no, fuck you. Like, I mean, I feel like everyone probably kind of knows that this is because Netanyahu's like not super popular and got kind of caught with his pants down, ignoring warnings about a Hamas attack.
hmm
And just
yeah, yep,
I don't.
yep.
Um,
And look again, I'll reiterate, it fucking sucks that there were innocent Israelis who were had none wanted nothing to do with this, weren't part of anything. They were just normal people who were killed, and that does suck. And like but yeah, what's happening on the other end now, and what's been happening for fucking ever, is there are innocent people, there are innocent Palestinians dying, and to try to make this connection that everybody in Gaza is also Hamas is bullshit. So, you know,
people like to say that like, oh, Hamas was elected like leaders in Palestine, and like I feel like that kind of skims over the way that the Israeli right wing, including Netanyahu himself, supported Hamas because they didn't want to deal with the more secular Palestinian leadership. Like, if we crop with these religious freaks, then like that'll be easier to deal with. Um, and you know, Hamas is not a democratic movement. Like they are the leaders, I suppose, in Palestine, but that does not mean they like are some like ironclad representation of the will of the Palestinian people. Like, I think the last election was in 2006 or something,
I
and
think it
like,
was 2007. Yeah, yeah,
quite, like most of the population of Gaza is quite young, so
yeah.
it's like the more non
They didn't vote for this. Yeah,
right, yeah, like it's kind of like how like when something bad happens in the South here, people always shit on like, oh well, this is what you picked, and it's like,
yeah,
well, I think you're overestimating like how the democratic process works there.
yeah, yeah.
And God, like, uh, yeah, just this is going to make a real bold statement here. It's like I'm against the indiscriminate mass slaughter of civilians. It's quite bad.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this kind of the way I did 20 years ago when kind the American government decided to bog itself down in forever war in the Middle East in retaliation for 9/11. Like,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
what, man? Like, I,
Lots of people that had nothing to do with that bullshit got, killed, injured, lost homes, and had nothing to do with it. Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. And
oh God,
I just want to say real quick, I'm going to take this hood off because we're talking about something serious. If anybody's watching this again and is like hearing us support innocent Palestinians and are going to try to do this whole anti-Semitic thing like you're anti-Semites, fuck you. That's not true. You can be against a government body and not its people. Okay. So if that happens, just don't watch the fucking video anymore. I don't care. Get out of the audience.
well, yeah, they've done this a bunch too. I think everyone's maybe familiar with Ilhan Omar has pointed out that the Israeli government lobby like has quite a bit of money and is very influential and has gotten called anti-Semitic for it, including by people who I thought would maybe know better.
Yeah.
Um, and like, and she's fucking right. And like, and her friend Rashida Tlaib like got, censured by hogs like Marjorie Taylor Greene because for putting out a statement which basically amounted to please don't turn my extended family into hamburger.
Yeah.
So I fucking can't with this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like I
I
can't,
can't.
like I'm just a little guy from like, a country enacting a genocide. So, you want to you want to be like, oh, well, like you can't be criticizing Israel. All I can say is from the river to the sea, bitch.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, serious time is over.
Good. I'll do my shirt. My shirt is Helloween. Yes. Because it's going to be Halloween and Helloween. And if you're going to listen to any song on Halloween, absolutely listen to Helloween's Helloween. Does that make sense?
Good band. You know what chaps my ass is the local paper I subscribe to, Racket. By the way, if you're interested in Minnesota news, highly recommend Racket. Maybe drop a link to them as well. I'll remind you. They like have concert ticket giveaways, and because like this got caught in my spam filter, I didn't see they were doing a Halloween concert ticket giveaway. I heard they were a little like not great on this tour, but I'm still kicking myself. God, great band.
One of my favorite bands of all time. And yeah, they didn't get close enough to me, unfortunately. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, the perils of living in like kind of a second tier city. I feel like we get lucky sometimes here
Yeah.
because like there's a booker who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
Um,
We don't get
okay.
shit anymore.
Well, I guess I will get to my beer. I call this a basic bitch beer, and I don't mean that to be insulting. I just mean like I got this at Trader Joe's because the brewer has really good distribution.
Yeah.
Due to how booze distribution shakes out, I'm not sure if it's available in Pittsburgh. This is Toppling Goliath. They are from Decorah, Iowa.
That's not
Um,
beer.
this is kind of a version of their flagship IPA, which is called Pseudo Sue. It has a T-Rex on the label.
Which I
Pseudo
love.
green and purple, but this is a orange and red.
Love
And I
it.
believe this is made in collaboration with a natural history museum, appropriate, what with the dinosaur on the label.
Absolutely.
I've had a few beers from them, liked all of them.
Yeah.
I gotta break this straight. This is a double IPA. They kind of talk up the fruit flavors in this description.
Yeah.
Like, and just in the IKEA glass again. Sorry, I'm quite boring. Wow, that's
Eh,
very healthy. Look at that. Look at
nice.
that. Looks like an unhealthy pea, which I should maybe think of a better description. Okay, wow. Plus,
We have the name of this week's episode.
no, please. I like this very strong hop smell, but like distinctive fruit undertones. Sarin, are you hollering
Oh, that
again? God.
was Sparon. Oh my God, I thought that was Brody the dog. She's being very good today, actually, but I thought that was her making noises.
Hmm. Yep, that is a classic hazy IPA. Um, very heavy fruit flavors at first and kind of a lingering bitter aftertaste.
Yeah.
Nicely balanced. I'm glad I just got one because it's kind of a big beer in terms of flavor.
Oh,
I
what's
feel
the
like
did you mention the ABV or did I just miss it?
it's 7.5%, which
7.5.
actually for double IPA, I feel like is kind of low, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have to get back to playing Baldur's Gate after this, and I can't strategize if I'm totally schnackered.
Oh yeah, yeah. I tried to play the new I can't remember what it's called, but the new Jedi game last week on my PS5 and I drank a 120 minute and was trying to like scale like the beginning of it, you're trying to scale this ship and I'm like, I can't do this. I probably can't do it sober, but definitely not now.
Oh yeah. Hey, maybe we should do a Baldur's Gate co-op game. You ever thought about? I don't know if our schedule up enough, but I
I
have
have to
one going.
download it.
But you know, I'm always curious about like where the different classes will take me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I picked Druid for my main playthrough because I can turn into a critter, which is cool.
Oh,
And oh, main selling point for Baldur's Gate 3, I think for maybe our audience of a dozen, is you can give yourself face paint like Abbott. Very cool.
that is incredible. Yeah. Funny enough,
Yeah.
tonight on this is related. AEW, which is like the competitor to WWE, they have a Saturday night show, and there's a female wrestler, Abaddon, and I gotta look this up because whenever Abaddon is in the ring, they said their opponent. So maybe Abaddon goes by they, them. I don't know. So I don't want to I don't want to misgender Abaddon. But anyway, Abaddon came out and was wearing face paint that looked like a combination of Abbott and Gene Simmons. It was very strange, but whoever did Abaddon's makeup, and maybe it was Abaddon, fucking fantastic job. It looked so cool. And I hate Gene Simmons, so
Um, I do not like Gene Simmons the person. Gene Simmons the character. It's well, I guess I can see the appeal. Like the Gene Simmons TM, I suppose you would say.
yeah. He might sue us because we just used his name. Who knows? Like he'll see this.
Well, also Gene Simmons, real shame Dio died before you. I loved listening to him shit talk you.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah,
According to Gene, he invented breathing and shoes and
yeah,
everything else. Uh, uh,
yeah. I love that. Oh, it's so good. It's
yeah,
funny. Good.
when Dio died, I was actually on vacation at the time, and I had like five friends text me about it.
So fucking depressing.
This
Yeah.
what, like 2010, I think it was.
2010,
So
May 14th
this
or
is
15th, somewhere
this
around there, 2010. Yeah,
this is phone, I guess, is my point. So, like I could not constantly be on the internet checking the news.
yeah.
So, like a bunch of friends being like, "Hey, did you hear that Dio died?" And I think me and my friend were at a brewery, like at the time, and I was like, "Dio died," and he's like, my friend was extremely not metal, and he's like, well, I've heard you talk about this person enough to know this must be upsetting for you, so I'm going to buy you a beer.
I only got to see Dio one time. And he was opening, his band was opening up for Iron Maiden on the Dance of Death tour.
And fuck you.
Sorry.
Yeah, my friend John saw that tour, I think, and like I've known John for 12 years, and I think he's been gloating about that basically that entire time.
Yeah,
So
I just recently looked up the set list because I couldn't remember because it's been, what was that, 2000 maybe? 2001?
yeah, I'm
Um,
thinking tour then, but there was some other like Monsters of Metal tour where they were it was like Dio and Iron Maiden, I think, or Dio and Judas Priest maybe, but
oh my God. Anyway, I looked at the set list and it was fucking incredible. I think
yeah,
I think the
you know
only Sabbath song they did Children of the Sea. I think that's the only Sabbath song they did. But like, you look at that the set list and it's like I have no complaints.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know Dio, England boy, right? Like he's from New Hampshire.
Wait, who?
Dio.
No,
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
from,
know. No, I didn't know that.
I mean, like, well, he doesn't have the accent, but like I don't either. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, like, I find that it only comes out when I'm both like pretty drunk and very angry. So, like, I'll start, like, you can tell I'm like infuriated with you if I start dropping my R's. Watch out for that.
Anybody watching the beer video if that happens. Oh my God, my cape. I didn't even realize this. My cape has Velcro. I don't have
Brian, Brian, get it together, man.
this cape's even better than I thought. I'm
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It's the best. I have a cape. Um, Too much. That's too much. Anyway, uh, yeah, Dio. Oh, this is what I was starting to say is like this local record store by me posted today like this new stuff they were putting out on the shelves, and I couldn't get out there because it's a little bit of a haul from where I live. Um, but they got a copy of Iron Maiden's Headless Cross, which to me is the best Black Sabbath record that's not an Ozzy or Dio record, and that is just sort of in that weird Black Sabbath dead space. I love that album. And so I was like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to get out there today. I'm not going to be able to, someone's going to go out and buy it because I've never been able to find it. I've been hunting for this record for a long time. Um, so I was trying to figure out a way to go out and get it, and nothing was making sense. So I got onto the internet and searched, like, hey, is anybody else selling this? And not many places are for a reasonable price. But I found one record shop that had it for like 25 bucks. So I'm standing at Fresh Market in the checkout aisle buying Black Sabbath's Headless Cross. And so I put the song Headless Cross on in the car, which I had to go to YouTube to put it on because it's not streaming anywhere. Because they were on IRS records for that, and which I don't think exists anymore. So I have no idea who even owns that
I
record.
think Chris still exists, but
Does it?
maybe not. It may have gotten like I think IRS was owned by some other like big labels, so they may have gotten like kind of
It's gotten consumed. Yeah. But
bored.
anyway, I put that song on in the car, and I haven't heard the song Headless Cross in a long time. And I didn't realize just how much Tony Martin kind of sounds like Dio. Like his phrasing and like obviously the voice doesn't sound the same, but like his approach, very Dio-ish. And yeah, I love that song. And so
I would choose though. I mean,
was that
that's I wouldn't want to like come after Dio. I wouldn't want to be the guy following him in that band. Like,
yeah. Well, he wasn't because fuck, who was after him? I don't even remember the list of who was after him. I mean, he came after Ian Gillan and wait, is that the right Gillan or was it Ray Gillan that sang for Set? And I don't remember.
Ian Gillan, I think, is Deep Purple, right?
Deeper, okay. And then Glenn Hughes and all that. So I can't remember where Tony Martin falls and all that, but he wasn't right after Dio. So at least he didn't have to follow him necessarily like immediately. But yeah. But anyway, I'm very excited. The record's already shipped. I'm pumped. Yeah, Black Sabbath. I don't know.
Yeah. God, it's a real question. Which era do you prefer, Ozzy or Dio? I feel like that's kind of comparing apples and oranges, but hmm,
I am steadfastly in the Dio camp, which is a hard thing to say because there's
yeah.
not as many good Dio Sabbath albums as there are Ozzy Sabbath albums. I just prefer it, but obviously Ozzy is incredible. Also, like it's not a down vote for Ozzy. Like I love him, but I just for some reason the Dio era is just what I prefer.
Yeah, I mean, I think Neon Nights is one of my favorite songs of all time, but also as a well, I guess mostly former bass player now, like Nativity in Black is one of the most fun songs to play.
Yeah,
Uh, so I feel like I have some mixed feelings about them basically founding stoner metal, which, has been a real mixed bag in terms.
you're saying, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like Electric Wizard, right? And I think bands like Green Lung are worth listening to. But boy, if I had a nickel for every like fucking mediocre group of assholes and bell bottoms I've had to sit through before I watched a more interesting band,
Yeah, you'd have
there
you'd have
there's a certain extremely hyped band that I have seen twice, and I'm like, I need whatever the rest of you were smoking because I don't see it.
yeah. It's a clogged. It's not terribly unlike black metal, where it's an absolutely clogged subgenre. And yeah, you do get to the point where you're like, it's tough to kind of go in and fish out the good ones for the bad. But I mean, the good ones are good.
Yes.
Well, it's fine.
That's kind of why I'm nudging you constantly about review shit because it's just like, well, you know, you're a pretty good guy about sorting the wheat from the chaff. By the way, if you want some you want to send me some thanks for the free website advertising, I'll send you my Venmo. Kidding. Kidding.
Well, Helen, it's been the beer video. It's been Halloween, and I leave you with this wonderful pumpkin that I bought like 5 years ago. It's hollow now.
Oh,
You can hear the seeds in there, but it's got a little bird on it, and we love you, beer video watchers and listeners. And that's been beer video. Helen, we'll see them next week.
yeah.